before we begin part 2 here, there's a few things that I need to say and a few corrections to make. First of all, big thanks to Robo and Violet for providing me with some corrections and tidbits of information. Like, for example, probably the thing I thought I mistook on, it's OME, not OEM. These are the OME versions of Jazz Jackrabbit. Second of all, if I didn't make it clear, the old version of MLLE, which I talked about, it doesn't exist. There is no known copy of the original. The version that I showed in my video was a fan-made that can also edit all versions of Jazz Jackrabbit, like 1.23, 1.24, battery check, and so forth. Second of all, I was also able to acquire some screenshots thanks to Valu, who provided me a great link to a website. Not only does it have a bunch of pre-development pictures from a beta that we don't actually have, but it also provides some pictures of MLLE, the original that we were never able to get our hands on. So I'm going to post those up on the screen now. I'm also going to provide a link in the description to the website for your viewing pleasure. And so, another thing Violet pointed out, that I should be focusing on 1.20, which is the retail version, but I'm still going to focus on 1.23, mainly because everybody has 1.23. It's a free patch, and just about every Jazzer I know is running it. Not only that, but 1.23 is the version I have the most knowledge of, so I feel it's best to stick with what I know, because I don't go in here with a script or anything. Everything I say is off the top of my head. Okay, and Violet also posted something about the ice power-up, and I do not understand this, so I'm just going to read this. Powered up ice going in two different directions at 1.23 is most probably a bug, since the second blast always goes to the right instead of, say, the opposite direction to the first, and it's one of the few things fixed in 1.24. Yeah, wrap your head around that. Alrighty, and one more thing about the gems. Violet also said that the reason why they may be capped is because the original feature was if you got 100 gems, you would get an extra life. This feature was, of course, never actually implanted, even though Rabbit in Training still states that if you collect 100 gems, you'll get a free life. So, with that out of the way, thanks great to the community, and let's start part 2, Caratus. Hey everybody, it's King of Koopas here, and welcome back to part 2 of Jazz Jackrabbit 1.00G. First thing I gotta say right now, this is post-commentary, because it turns out when I was recording the commentary the first time, I completely and utterly fricked up and I used the wrong microphone. So it sounded like I was underwater, so I'm doing some post-commentary because this is like my 4th time trying to record this level, thanks to Fraps keep crashing. So anyhow, just showing off here in the video the toaster ammo. For those of you who don't know, I believe it's weapon number 6. And just a short range flamethrower, so yeah. Second thing you're also going to notice in this level is that in the back, you have the background, the colors are changed. It's actually, this is a nighttime level. Don't know why, but in the final game, you still start out like, with the lights dimmed, and this could have been why. Because in the final game, they changed it back to daytime and nighttime. So yeah, I'm really sorry this is going to be post-commentary, but I really don't feel like recording the level for the 5th time now, so... Even though this is one of my personal favorites, even though I can't play through the same thing five times and not lose my mind, so yeah. We're just gonna go ahead and we're going to do this. I pointed out that area up where you start as fast, you can actually get up there, as I'm gonna attempt to show right here. It's actually possible to get up there, it's just really, really hard. I spent like 10-15 minutes as a kid doing that, trying to get up there. Anyhow, yeah, just getting more stuff, and there's a pole. You wonder why I'm bringing up a pole, because in this game, for some reason, they're a lot more offset than they are in the final game. Maybe just a glitch, but whatever. The collision detection is also a little more funky. Like, if you get underneath them and jump, you'll warp to the top of them. That's just a spring, you can unfreeze that. And also, a bridge here. Why am I bringing up a bridge? Because sometimes in this game, the bridges will glitch out, though I may be thinking of another version, because there's more versions of this game. And the one I may be thinking of is 1.10, which is, the last beta version that was ever released, or was ever found by the community. It was very glitchy, it was very unstable, but it had a Jazz creation station that let you, edit the, what's it called? The battery check levels, which, was basically another game made by another company that used pretty much the exact same engine. A little bit of an interesting bit of information in here. We're starting to get massive problems here because my FPS drops here for some reason. Not really sure why, but like I said, I found a way to fix the visual glitches, but if I do that, the game crashes like every 5 minutes, so... not the game, Fraps crashes, so fortunately, like, I was ready you can fix it, but not to the point where I can actually record, so pretty much I've tried to fix the glitches, and that after fighting with it for about a half an hour, I just gave up and went back to this, so yeah. Well, there's not really much to say here. I guess I might as well just talk about something here. In this game, there was originally going to be another enemy that was probably going to take place here called the Butterfly. We don't know what its pattern was, and all we have known of its existence is an event that doesn't work in Jazz Creation Station, as well as the animations in the animation library, which I'm going to flash up in the corner of the screen just so you can see what they look like. Nothing too fancy, but in this version they also have an arrow for some reason. I'm not really sure why. And for some reason I was trying to freeze the platform. For some reason I thought I could. So yeah, just keep going, keep playing. Don't really have much to talk about really while we're doing this. And I hate this post commentary, but I feel like keeping my sanity, so yeah. I don't know what I was trying to do there. And there's an example of the bridge glitching, but I think that's more of a tile bug than a bridge glitch, because as you can see, I think the that platform is one too low, and you can take the helicopter up to get over there, but that's just a carrot, and who needs a carrot? Just go over here, get more toaster ammo, don't really need it. This game gives you way too much ammo, as you can probably tell. And there we have some more coins. Actually, we already have enough, we have 25, so we don't need any more. And that's me getting hit like a boss. Did I mention I love the music in this level? So overused, but love it. Anyway, here we go. This is the bonus area of this level. And here's the toaster power-up. Now, the toaster power-up works differently than it does in the final game. As you can see, the flame is blue. And it does more damage, but as I'm going to show here in a sec, it sticks to things. In the final game, this is just purely aesthetic. It doesn't do anything, but in this game, it's kind of like Afterburn. Like, it'll stick to an enemy and do continuous damage, and it can just rapes everything. You can go through the entire game just using that, and everything dies. Nothing will even come close to touching you. Like, for example, you can't do that in the final game. Yeah, also that the flamethrower, as you're going to show later on, it just destroys the first boss of this level. Like, it just murders it in seconds, which I'm going to show off. And there's a few other weapons like this, like for example, I don't have to spoil anything, but the pepper spray and the, what's it called? The one that goes through the walls, I can't remember its name. For some reason, those are two completely different weapons now, and they are so powerful, but those don't happen till we get to about till we get to episode 3, so I'm not going to worry. This is episode 2, carrot juice, and yes, I can remember that off the top of my head. You can, over there's a 1-up if you want to get that, which I'm going to because I need more lives, obviously. I'm in danger of dying. You can go down there and go through like a shortcut, but you skip like half the level doing that, so I don't do that. I just don't like doing that. I like taking my sweet time. Trying to get up there. For some reason, I thought in this game that the ice was a little glitchy. It said, I think on the wiki, that you couldn't move frozen objects in this version. But I guess I was the one mistaken on that. That would have been a good time to show off the toaster because, yeah, it destroys enemies like that too. Man, I don't know what to say. It's really hard to post-commentate something like this. And there's a sugar rush again, which I never even took mention of during my my first take because it was like, whatever. No epic music, and it's not like, you know, Sugar Rush is worth anything. Another frozen spring there. More gems. And I believe I don't know what to say, to be honest. I mean, there's not much to work with here. I mean, I'm not a funny guy. I'm not spectacularly entertaining or anything, but nonetheless. Yeah, there's a coin there. First time I played through, I actually thought I was missing coins because that's like the first coin you get in the entire level, and it's about halfway through the level or so. I'm gonna want to go up there. If you go through the wall, you can get an invincibility carrot. Now, invincibility carrots are, I actually think there's only like 1 or 2 of them in the entire game. And they give you, you know, invincibility from everything. But, as I'm gonna show here, if you butt stomp something while invincible, your invincibility goes away. And that happens also like if you get a carrot and you have that brief invincibility as a carrot. No, as a carrot, when you get a carrot, same thing, it'll just go away. That was not fixed in the final version of the game either, so... And I broke the game there. I was trying to do what you could do. You could do that in one of the jungle levels. I believe you had to in one of the jungle levels to get to some of the, coins. And right up there, as soon as I take the spring up, you're going to see the first example of a shield. And I guess while I'm just going and collecting coins, I'll explain how this works. A shield, for those of you who don't know, you stomp it and you get about, I think it's 30 seconds or so of invincibility. And the shield will also give you a special weapon that does more damage than your normal blaster, but you can still switch weapons. Like, and for example, in this game, you can't butt stomp it or use a special move on it. I don't know why, you have to shoot it. Yep, you get 40 seconds, and this is whammo ammo. Well, why am I bringing up this particular weapon ammo? Because in this version of the game, and in the final version, you know, whammo ammo acts like bouncer bullets. And just like bouncer bullets in this version of the game, you cannot send it through the wall. In the final game, you could, just like you could with bouncer ammo. And yeah, shield protects you from all damage. If you get hit, it takes away, I believe, 5 or 10 seconds off the counter. I'm going to fall here in a sec, so I guess I'll be demonstrating that. As you can see, I just showed that you can't send it through the wall. He's in the final game. I'm going to get hit here. Yes, it's 5 seconds off. You just paid attention there. The timer had an exorcist there or something. And this is me being an idiot. Like, quite literally. I wasn't falling off on purpose there. I was just being an idiot. Man, these graphical glitches are terrible, but... This is what happens when you try to record a really old game with modern technology. I was trying to use the Exitoy, which is supposed to work better, but it doesn't work for a game this old, so... I have to make do with what you have. Really weird though that my normal version of Jazz, the finished game, it doesn't have those glitches, so I guess it's just something in this version. Actually, I think it's actually a resolution problem, but like I said, if I change the resolution, Fraps likes to crash, so I can't fix that. Just collecting more gem. Getting hit like because I'm an idiot. Just collecting more stuff. And right here we're coming up to the first boss, and so I guess I'll just explain the bosses we're going to show in a sec. Schwarzengard is the second boss. It's basically a journal in a giant metal shell. In the animation files, you can like, you don't see an animation of it like guarding like in its shell, which once the boss actually yeah, right there. That's a great example of how it can activate in places you don't want, and I'll pop it up on the screen. That little it's not on an animation, it's more just a still frame, but yeah. On hard mode, that goes much faster, but I'm just going to switch to my flamethrower here in a second. Just watch what happens. Yeah, that thing is hard. It's actually a little hard to avoid on hard mode. And look what fire does. One little blast, dead. And you can keep doing that. Like, the boss is pretty glitched where you can keep firing and you can freeze it and keep killing it. You don't get points, but you know, it's just fun to do that. And with that completes level or world 2. We're going to start world 3 in the next part. And I thank you all for watching. And I'm sorry for the post commentary, but I'll see you next time. And by the way, I love this music. It is so freaking awesome.